Are you going to keep playing?
Yeah, exactly. The blue tack, yeah.
Hello, and welcome to Filling in the Gaps. I'm Justin.
I'm Darren.
And this episode is just one of our wrap-ups. What's going on? It's mid-year. It's June. Yay. In such a wonderful year we've had.
Yeah, it's 2025, yeah?
Not yet.
Oh.
Okay. So just a few things that we kind of want to bring up, talk about. What I'd actually start with is our other podcast, which is Buyer's Remorse, that needs a bit of love. I think that we're still getting more views over here than we are over there. It's a much easier show to get into. They're typically about 20 minutes or shorter, and it's really just us torturing each other with games we already own. We have fun making it, and we hope that you'd have fun listening, but we're not sure how many people actually have checked it out yet.
Mm-hmm.
The next thing would be the Steam page.
Filling in the Gaps is the group. Well, of course it is. The numbers seem to keep ticking up and up and up. It just seems to click.
There was a long time where we were like borderline nearly 300 and we couldn't cross it. And now we've been over 300 for a while now. Even if we lose people, we seem to...
And we've lost a fair few. Maybe some people came for different reasons and then they realized like, nah, this isn't for me. But for all the people that we're losing from that group, we still are in the black, I guess. The numbers keep going up. So that's good. I just wish that those numbers translated into people listening or going to YouTube. We seem to have the same core people that watch the videos or...
Which we love. Thank you very much. We love the fact that there are regular people who listen every time.
Mm-hmm.
And we also get that some of the stuff we bring up, you may not have played yet, you may not have watched yet. What we would suggest, I think, is that you know that there's always a spoiler-free section. Listen to that when we put it up, because it seems to be that with the algorithm, the sooner people check it out, the more likely it's going to push it to other people.
Right, okay.
So even if you just listen to the spoiler-free section...
The first 5 minutes, basically.
Yeah, if you do that early on, that would help us out a lot. Actually, leaving comments would be great.
Although we're getting all the wrong comments at the moment.
We're just getting a lot of bot comments.
Yeah. I love your channel, bro. Like, well, you didn't like it. You didn't subscribe to it.
Well, they also say things like, that's a great vid, but they, don't actually comment on what we actually talked about. So clearly they're not. And then you look at what they've made, and it's just a bunch of videos kind of promoting
how
getting
to get more subscribers.
Yeah.
But I love the one that I put up yesterday because I completely screwed up the release of Late Shift. I don't know what happened, but I edited it and I didn't mute the sound of the game. And so I upped that, and so it was like me and you talking, and
the game
it's
talking.
a game talking as well. It's a movie basically, so it's just those guys talking and us talking, and I said it sounded like a family argument. We got one of the comments was like, wow, the video was so great, how do you come up with this? By screwing up.
Yeah. Thanksgiving dinner, the movie. Yeah.
Thanksgiving dinner, the podcast. But yeah, so these bots, I don't know why we're being targeted by them, but if it helps us get comments and pushes up, then thanks. Thank you, bot. But
we'd really prefer to get actual real comments from you.
Real people would be nice.
It can be anything, things that you want us to possibly play in the future. Even if you want to say why you didn't like the episode, we're totally fine with that. We just would like to get some more comments. Again, that pushes the algorithm, but also it works towards this community that we're trying to build kind of around the show that has nothing to do with... They all have kind of generic names like Liam and Hannah, who are just... Great vid.
Yeah. Thanks.
You should be bigger. Thanks. Okay.
Yeah. We got a few commenters that comment regularly, and we totally appreciate that. I wake up in the morning and read them and reply if I can. We just like to build more of that. And it will help us change stuff and grow stuff and develop the channel better if we knew what people were more interested in. I mean, the thing is, I do think that people are more interested in shorter videos than what we do at Filling in the Gaps. So the Buyer's Remorse channel. But again, we don't really promote that a lot. And so...
I mean, we really don't promote...
anything.
Yeah. We basically are just hoping that word of mouth will kind of push us through.
It'll be one of those things in the future when people are like, when we've decided to quit it all, like, this channel, and then maybe 10 years in the future, did you know there's this puzzle channel it's got all these like video games and movies and stuff that are pretty interesting. These guys like talk about it really detailed for an hour. Oh, yeah, we're done with that. Even if it's just for the vaults, the archives, fair enough. I don't care. It's all good.
We wouldn't do it if we didn't enjoy it.
Exactly.
One thing I will say about the Steam page is the events page hasn't been updated. I've just been kind of lately updating week by week as the next one is coming out. There's probably going to be, I don't know when this bonus episode will come out. So either it has just happened or will be happening very soon, or I'm going to go through and update the events page because that gives you an idea about what's coming up. But just to give you an idea,
spam the activity feed with your events updates.
I always worry about that because we always seem to lose one or two people when I do that. But I want people to know kind of what's coming up. So here are some of the things that we do have coming up.
My birthday.
Yes, that's you can put that as an event on the page if you want, but that's not an episode.
Oh, isn't it? Oh.
You didn't put it on the list. All right, so upcoming for filling in the gaps, we have Safecracker game. So you've probably noticed that we've typically been doing one movie a month, one game a month. Some of the games we play take a while. And so having that movie in there just helps keep things in a achievable fashion. Like
yeah, because like when we played Kentucky, well, Kentucky Route Zero is coming up at some point in this year.
Yeah, that'll be probably November, I think.
That took us like, I don't know how many hours, 12 hours to 14 hours to finish, but cumulatively over time, that's like a week's worth of play at least.
Yeah. So that's definitely one. If you want to get in on the Kentucky Route Zero one, we'd probably suggest you start playing that one soon. That'll be coming up, I think, not till November. I think I put that off a while so that people could play ahead of time. We've got Oxenfree, which is a similar style game. The Bunker, Abe's Odyssey, mostly talking about the original, not new and tasty, but I think either way you could get something out of that one. Adam Wolf, and like we said, Kentucky Route Zero. As far as movies, we have Primer and City of Lost Children, which is a very good one. Very weird, though, so be prepared for that. Captive State, which just came out last year, and Lost Highway. We're also hoping to get in Slaughterhouse 5 towards the end of the year. And we have we're talking about a couple of bonus episodes around different holidays, but we will say more about that as it comes closer to time. But those are what's coming up in case you want to get in ahead and be ready to listen as soon as we put it out. Along with that, coming up very soon is the Steam sale, the summer sale, which we always try to put videos out for. Should we say when they will drop?
Yeah, sure.
The rumor is June 25th, I think.
25th, yeah. Steam sale's coming up. We always do a separate video for that. And usually those videos are our best ones,
As far as view numbers, yeah.
Tons of clicks. But I mean, I get it. People are looking for information and we get a lot of hits from people that don't even know what our channel is. They're just Googling Steam sale. And that's great. I mean, I like doing those videos anyway, because they're kind of fun and there's something different. And we get to talk about games that just aren't exclusively puzzle games as well. What's some of your picks? Have you chosen any yet?
I haven't finished my list, but...
What is on your list, though?
Well, I'm not going to say. What would be the point of saying it now?
What's one game that's on it? Adam Wolf?
Adam Wolf is not on this list. I suppose I could add it. I think primarily I'm going to focus on... Well, one of the sections I always do is a free section, which I think this year is more important than it ever has been before. I think that a lot of people are finding that they have a tighter budget than ever before, and I've been playing through some free games lately that I think would be worth recommending. So that's the big thing that I would probably push it for. But I'll also be doing some of the picks that I want or picks that I think are worth getting. Mm-hmm. Well, it's very unfair that you call me out and you don't.
What? Oh, you want me to tell you mine? I don't mind. Hang on. Right.
I mean, are you going to... You can tease one. Because if you tease all of them.
I'm going to say all of them. So my one, all I'm going to say about mine is there's a definite Cthulhu theme to mine. There's definitely a few Cthulhu games there.
One is pretty obvious then.
Yeah. And, of course, seeing as last time we talked about Four Last Things, I finally jumped on immediately at launch Procession to Calvary, which is the next game from Joe Richardson, and I loved it. So we'd definitely be talking about that one.
I'm probably going to cut all that out.
Yeah.
I feel like there's no point. We're teasing you for the teaser of our Steam sales because our videos are that in demand.
Yeah, now you got to leave it in now.
I don't think I do.
Giveaways, yeah. We haven't done a giveaway in a while, but I'm going to have to because Humble Bundle has started to put timers on their stuff. For some of them, not everything. But, for example, the COVID-19 bundle that they did, that I bought and was like, oh, I'll just sit on this for a while. It's like, no, that is actually due to expire in September. So if you didn't manage to pick up the COVID-19 bundle, then now's your chance, because it's going to be getting given away probably in summertime. And also, I think the Australia Wildfire bundle has, maybe not every title, but I think some of them have expiration dates on them. So thank you to someone for pointing that out to me. Otherwise, I would have just gone into my list and been like, oh, where's all my keys? Because that COVID-19 has got like The Witness. It's got a bunch of expensive games. But yeah.
That you already had, but you wanted to give to charity and then give them away, yeah.
That's the only reason I buy these bundles anymore. I've got 1,000 games in my library, and I've only played about 400 of them. So yeah, every time I buy a bundle, it's to support the cause and to give away. So yeah, I don't know why, but the whole pandemic has just made me busier. And I think a lot of people are like that too. I think just having kids at home and not having the free time anymore makes a big difference, not having a routine. And yeah, I seem to have been busier these last 3 months than I've ever been in my life. So yeah, so the giveaways will start up again in summer now that everything's back to normal and schools are returning, at least for us, they are.
One thing I do want to talk about is I'm looking to move our podcast away from SoundCloud. We don't have many people there, to be honest, and I just don't think it's the best place for us. We're getting stats that are useful to people who are putting out 3-minute songs. It's not really useful to people who are putting out hour-long podcasts. It's not giving us information, for example, on how long people are listening.
Okay.
And so there's a lot of other things, as well as the fact that it just costs more than other hosting services that would provide more or be better adapted for podcasts. So I'm going to be moving over. I've been thinking about it for about a year now. I'm not exactly sure who. I've got it down to a couple that I'm going to choose between. For most of you, that shouldn't affect you. If all goes well, the RSS feed should feed into the podcatchers like normal. However, if you find that it didn't, please let us know. Send us an email, fillinginthegaps@gmail.com, or leave a comment on one of our videos or in the Steam page, because I don't know everywhere that you're listening. Like, I'm probably not going to check 10 different podcatchers. So if you're finding you don't have it, let us know. SoundCloud will probably still have the most recent episode, but you won't be able to go back and listen to the older episodes. For a while, I'm still going to put it up on SoundCloud, but I don't know how long I'm going to do that for. So just something to be aware of.
And plus, SoundCloud seems to have like those, not bots, but like you can buy 50 downloads with us or whatever.
In our information, our creator information, it says who some of our number one listeners are. And yeah, some of our number one listeners are obviously bots who have been clicking like 1,000 times or something weird, but it's just not right. So yeah, it would be nice to be somewhere else and see how it works.
Oh, we also have to thank India. Thank you, India, for Googling Filling in the Gaps, looking for that TV show and finding the Talos Principle episode for some reason.
All of a sudden,
thank you, India.
The past couple of months, that video has gotten hundreds of views out of nowhere because Filling in the Gaps is some like episode 2 of a show. I think it's called like Natak or something. I don't know why, but by all means, keep clicking on our video. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Those guys must be so confused when they go to that page. Like, what?
That's why they only watch for about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it. That's our mid-year wrap-up. And as always, thank you for listening.
Yep, thank you so much. Wash your hands and don't touch your face still.
Okay.
I don't know.
What do we always end with?
Oh, are we saying that for this one as well?
We always have.
Gaps filled or more gaps created.
It's going to be like a running gag because it's like every time.